more. Yeah, from the bed, from my luxurious big ass. I don't need a king size, queen size bed. Big enough for me and anyone else or any. I get these two cats. Maybe this little dog. We'll see. Gotta head out. That's why I said let me come on early. I'll probably be doing some videos. Come back and edit. I edited a few of them last night. I'm gonna take my time uploading these. This is pretty good. But I just want to speak on something, man. On Facebook, sometimes I would speak different language. I would throw out some keywords, some things that we have a lot of people claiming their language, or linguists or teachers, and they're not teaching nobody shit. It's kind of comical, yeah, it's me. Um, they're sitting there learning a word from a book and then sharing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people, their ego has become so septic. They can't even be honest. Say they don't like me. Like when I didn't know a language, I was saying, hey, look, this is a language I'm gonna start working on. And even though I'm still working on quite a few languages, I mean, I can some places I can actually get around and hold a conversation. Quasi. But regardless of that, it's not what it's about. I'm sitting over here, I feel like I'm all fat. I'm not. I got a six-pack, y'all. I'm serious. But I'm so damn big. It's like, you come down from 275 to around 2. I weighed myself this morning in my drawers. At 2, I was 213. So, yeah, when I suit up, I got my little firearms, some little magazines, pockets full, 10-gallon. It's not 10-gallon, but half-gallon hat. You know what I'm saying? Comes out about 225. I always say 220. I know I've lost weight because it was my business too. I want to get down to 180. All right, all that choppy shit out the way. I was watching. So I'm not a pro 2A advocate just because it's in the Second Amendment constitutional right. I'm not because on this soil of perversions and foolishness and fuckery, you need, for those who don't want to be out here creating or causing a problem, you need to be able to protect this. But you don't need to be, as far as I'm concerned, I don't mind being able to walk down the street and showing it like this is the old Wild West Louis Lamar bullshit. But I like concealed. Usually when motherfuckers get ready to do something, see, when you're in a state where everybody's on, the Joker's pretty much suicide. Usually there'll be suicide by cop. That happens a lot, y'all. It's not spoken about. It's not on the media because the only thing that's going to feed the media, and that's what bothers me a lot about a lot of you melanated people, and then you pale skin brothers and sisters who just don't get it. It's a mind manipulator. They show us all the time. Excuse me, there's a pale skin, there's Spanish brothers. I don't like calling y'all Latin or this, that, and other, because a lot of y'all is niggers. I don't give a fuck what language you speak or what land you in. That Spanish is foreign. That ain't indigenous to this land. So that's what we're going to hold that up. So when you start claiming indigenous, aboriginal, you speak Spanish, motherfucker, and you look like a conquistador, I'm going to have an issue with you. I don't give a fuck how you feel. When you want to denounce because of ignorance who you truly are by blood ties. All right? Because I ain't got time for that whited out theory, nostalgia, nonsense. I don't have nothing to do with dumb racists. The goofiest people walking the planet. The dumbest people walking the planet are racist. Peckerwood's dumb. I got some rednecks, bro. I would drop my life, and they would definitely drop my life. I don't work with them. I know. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. When redneck like you, they like you. Now, minus all that, some of them took a long L when I was down in Florida and I was, down in Carolina. So Confederate flag is our shit. And they had a hard time until I started hitting them with actual documents and gazettes and this, that, and the other from back then. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. A lot of y'all families weren't even from down south. They just came off the boat, Ellis Island. They was given a uniform. I forget what the word is called, even though I'm ex-military. Sit down to fight us. But them damn Zionists, I gotta call them what they is, man. Ain't no religion, no. Look, man, if you want to use blood drop quantums, I'm a quarter goddamn Jew. Pulling these. All right? Fake motherfuckers say they claim something they're not. They run around calling everybody anti-Semitic, keeping things all screwed up, owning everything while they poison and fucks. and with dumb puppets where they saturated with pictures and stuff of grotesque natures, keep doing stupid, sick things. And I'm gonna say what needs to be said. All right. I look more like my father's side, and there ain't no Jews on that side. So, and it was Chickasaw. All right. Mom's side, I told you they fought against each other. I put the times and dates up. I'm not gonna go through all that matrilineal stuff. You know, I know there's a lot of ignorant ass young women who believe in some matriarch, feminist minded motherfuckers. There's some goofy knucklehead Negroes, brothers, that believe in some patriarch types. Like neither one of them thinks it's real. They both constructs, and that's what keeps division. That's not balance. That's not walking in order. That's not order at all. Excuse me. And you could hashtag it, and you can add it, and you can chop it up and finagle it all you want. It's still not real. It's all bullshit. You know. Now, 2A community. I was watching this young cat. Shouldn't matter what crayon fictitious color he is. That's stupid. I hate that. Nah, I had to start that off because to me it's the dumbest thing in the world. Conservative young cat. He's got friends who are liberals. He grew up with school and all that, and so he decided to take them to the range to shoot a gun. Woo, in New York. Only in New York. Woo, my pale skin brothers. Y'all motherfuckers running around talking about you's a man. This is one of them. The other one was a big dude, so he was quiet, but you can tell he was a little hoo. But the one dude, he hate his own. All right, pale skin young cat, brother. You know, he hates his own people. He hates. Listen to me, man. And this is being taught by these professors in these schools because I'm gonna do a what you got on here. Well, I put some of these professors making these statements and quotes up. All right, I'm gonna have to do some work and get all that set up to do that. All right. And these are the motherfuckers that are manipulating the minds of the people, and they're there for a purpose to do this stuff, man. Especially in these liberal states. These professors are the sickest people. Trust me. I don't even like calling them professors. These teachers of us abscond just realistic bullshit that's based on nothing, you know. Anyway, what I was gonna do is like I hate guns. I hate 2A people. I like boys. Because for instance, you bisexual, right? He's like, yeah. It's like, you know, he didn't crack up once he kept real professional. But you hate guns. He said, okay. He made that was a funny. So he says, you know, I'm a communist. So he's a faggot. He's a communist. I'm not big on the word white myself because I think it's bullshit. It belongs to a melanated people, and that's the truth. For all you so-called people running around talking about white power and all that, yeah, lift the Negro up because that's what it actually belongs to in fake Europe, up in Mesopotamia. You know. So anyway, we got all these historians and stuff, and thank goodness that, like I said, my aunt and them used to crack up when I was fighting principals and teachers because they was to me they was teaching bullcrap history, and I was, you know, born in the '60s. Was in high school in the '70s, you know, in the '80s, and went to the military in the '80s. And I was fighting people young because I knew I was in it. And I can't be made up because they know. My family would sit there and be like, well, yeah, my Uncle Gary, the oldest, right now living. You know what I'm saying? Me and him converse. He's in Detroit. And he's always talking. And remember, my father used to meet me and tell me things for lunchtime. At high school, he used to be standing there out into the cut. You know, he was a dope fiend, man, Vietnam vet. Big motherfucker. But he would still, yo, Jim, come here, Red. And I'll go over there, yo, what's up, Pop? And he would just say, I need to give you a half-hour speech. He'd tell me things. See, that's the difference between me and all you literature motherfuckers. Now, I shared literature for about 9-10 years on Facebook. You know, Gazettes, 17-something, this, that, all these different newspapers. I used to be in the Library of Congress when I was in the military. Every time I come home, I'll go there because it was important to know about wars, this, that, and the other. You know, you had to work up. That's where all the OCs and all, you know, all that nonsense. And because I wanted to study law. And Chief Dupree was the one that put me into the American history, and I started seeing books that I'd never seen in my life. You know, in your 20s, I'm sitting there going, holy shit. and I'm taking pictures. I got the little camera. Remember the little square camera? And I'm taking pictures. I got all kind of files and folders. But everybody want to act like they the queen, the king, bee of all the information, and it's just foolishness. So anyway, here we have all these so-called professors that teach all this bullshit, and then we got this conservative young pale-skinned brother interviewing 3 of his pale-skinned friends. I'm gonna get to the girl in a minute, but the slim dude, right? He likes booties. He can't stand pale skin, so obviously he's sleeping with Spanish Negro. That's what his go-to. The comment about big guns, and it had nothing to do with these kind. And but I was watching it. I wanted to learn something. And he says, I'm a communist. I'm a liberal. Like, anybody that has any common sense knows any truth to history know that Marxists created communism. Marxism is the ideology was Stalinism, and then Marx Confederate. I don't even like saying the word, y'all. Communism, and that's all Zionists create. I don't care what you believe, what you think you know, and what you want to believe. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. All right. Mom, why don't you do a little research? And then some people could probably break it down even more than that. I'm not into all that crap. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. Honestly. But to hear these young minds so influenced by stupidity, it's like the girl I was dealing with, Navajo, Prolina Nanunka, right? She told me about this goofy ass professor, she called it, teaching her sociology, and he didn't believe in Jesus. I don't give a fuck he don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in that motherfucker. What is this conversation with Christianity about with me when I'm teaching? This is how ignorant some motherfuckers are and so dumb that they don't even understand. I think she was put up to talk because she didn't make one bit of sense. And I would look at her like, how the fuck you couldn't fool me? You this damn stupid. But anyway, she go all these words. I said, well, he couldn't have said that much, and he damn sure he had the key to knowledge. And she always talked about mama who was a Christian, and she always had a Bible, and she was always flip flopping and all. And it showed me how no morals, no sense of responsibility, no real education, a whole lot of stuff. You know, when you have a people with a fake with identity that don't belong to them, this is where you get the destruction. It's called leprosy. Leprosy is not just a physical thing, y'all. It's an internal thing. They can affect the energy, the soul. So now let's get back to this young chap. Here it is. This boy is so confused, but he's open. This is what we call flamboyant. Because he's just talking his goofy shit. But he's got a right to this. You got to understand this, people. Now, the First Amendment didn't never mean come around and be stupid in your actions, okay? It meant with moral ground, moral support, and moral, the moral responsibility. That's when you're speaking with the First Amendment and holding people accountable, regardless if they're supposed to be professional, they shouldn't be able to, they shouldn't be getting all emotionally unstable. Well, this is what you heard coming out this little slim young pale-skinned dude who, he likes, I guess he likes tricks and twicks. I mean, it is what it is. Okay? And he despises guns. And I think he was a Boy Scout. Message. Anyway, shot a couple 12 gauge shotguns, All kids do that, man. I think I did. Probably went to a jamboree. Anyway, let the old wolf cough this crap out. Anyway, when he said that he was a communist, I was like, does he even know the origin of communism, where it started from, where it steeped in? It had nothing to do with democracy. And yet, he got his democracy out of his mouth at the same time. This is what I'm talking about, confusion. But this is also driven by the Hollywood narrative. The reporting of wars, the media's display of wanting to lift us up while at the same time condemning and damning us. Most Negroes aren't even wearing that, and it's always the ones that talk so bright, so colorful, and actually don't be saying nothing to those of us who actually see. So we need more brothers and sisters to see. You know, when they talk about brothers getting, you see it in California. You see Spanish cats getting shot down all the time. Some brothers on the East Coast of Chicago, yeah, because you got a bunch of little boys that don't know that they want to be girls or boys doing trap music, talking about old block, all these new blocks, new world order type shit. So chaotic because their food, their water, and everything is poison, and they don't even understand why they're doing it because they still smiling because they sit there talking about, oh, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I need me a little something before I head out this morning. Um, Trust me, I got plenty. I don't. I'm not one of you burnt brain motherfuckers that got to smoke 24/7. This makes no sense. But anywho, it just amazes me, and then they wonder why they keep going back and forth. First of all, gangs started in New York and Chicago. New York and Chicago, not in L.A., not in no way. No, 1830, mother conquistadors and the Chinos, meaning Chinese, Spanish, and this, that, the other Catholic, all them motherfuckers went around east trying to find Easter Island because they wanted to subdue our people over there. We all around. How can we not be here? We was up in Alaska, okay, and came up on the shores of 1830 and fought the Caliphs. People who were still holding it down, fighting the Spaniards. It was another. They were already fighting. All right, they were already come over from south and everything. They were already fighting a lot of the Chinos. People are foreign to our land now, portraying like they from us. and look, they were chopping down so many of our trees and making so many boats, man. Oh, the East Davis is chopping trees, making, you know how many boat yards there were, shipbuilding yards are? They were building them here, not in Europe. And shipping us abroad. And having us, and using some of us, because of the wars, using us because we knew the oceans. Great swimmers we were. Came up on the West Coast, well, the so-called West Coast is not the West Coast. Came up on what they call California. Little island out there, and they established themselves, and they came in, and they were getting their asses handed to them. But as you know, Montezuma's trail, something bloody ledge, blah blah. It's all our people. There's no Mongols. Only a handful of Mongols after we whooped their ass in 1300s fought with us because we were intermarried. See, that's for the ones that still know that, but the majority of them, Geronimo, they will hunt them down and have some young knucklehead murdered. Oh yeah, they tell them they had to take a silent oath. We were the thumbprints. We didn't do a whole lot of talking. It amazes me that we have all these guys, generation under me, generation above me, who deal with a lot of young folk. I don't like that young and old shit because we're supposed to be brothers and sisters, and it's supposed to continue that. When I brought my kids in this world, they were supposed to become my little brothers and sisters. So that way I cultivate them knowing how to take care of Mother Earth and just keep it going. As long as we live. We obviously live longer than we lived longer back then. Well, 400-500 years, 300-400 years ago, we lived much longer. They found a way, well, they weakened us. You know? It's important, man, that we do the best we can for our children, as long as we say. And make the most out of it. I know a lot of us, man, we're young, we went through some things, women cheat. I was never one to cheat on a woman, man. I was always looking for that real love. And every time I thought I found it, you know, they would cheat or they do something stupid. Whether I was overseas or they didn't like the way I was doing a better job than them with their children. Despite the fact that I prefer to make children, you know what I'm saying, and be that role model. They get jealous and they don't want that. They want to control. See, this is what happens when you get someone with a lot. There's a lot of broken women out there. I don't give a damn what anybody says. If you say, well, it's broken men because we got broken ass women thinking they can do a man's job. But that's not how we fix it, by being in chaos and arguing on a point that is living. It doesn't mean nothing. We need order in our lives. I'm gonna beat this, and I don't care if you get tired of hearing about order. It's like a seed planted. You seek order, you don't have to worry about all this other shit. But once you get to that baseline where you realize you don't have to worry about all this other shit. But the stuff that's going on, this craziness, you can't make it up. For those claiming they see us, tell me how you a seer if you can't see these little things. I went through a process live, uploading videos and live, YouTube, Instagram, right to here. Because everybody's saying you should have a YouTube channel. And I said, but all I'm gonna give them is just the real me. See, that's what people tend to forget. It's how to be the real them. They think the perversions and everything they do that's not, narcissistic, sociopathic, just complete foolishness. They think that's the way. So they give it energy in the chaos. You know what the reward of that is? Don't say chaos, because that's too stupid. It's an end to your story. The moment we step into chaos, everything that we have is no longer ours because it belongs to chaos. See, with order, it's not even about ownership. That is not even a question. All right? Do you understand that? You can't explain what we use the word order because we believe to order something, to ask for something. All right? Order to tell somebody what to do it's an action. Well, order has an action that doesn't have no description, doesn't need a description, doesn't need a word for it. I don't even know order is the proper word for it. We're talking about something in this language so you understand that works 110% of the time, all the time, forever time. It will always exist. If there was no order, how could we exist? Problem is, we exist outside of order because we allow a disease to live amongst us. It's not a crayon color. It's not something made up. It's a movement. It's an agenda. And these fools care nothing about life. They're like soulless, limitless Sodom. See, when people look upon the face of a real Indian of this land, and they say, and they gotta go, all right, man, so all this foolishness, and they don't know the first thing about their science, phenotypes, or nothing. They question everything instead of relegating themselves to question everything in chaos, relegating themselves instead of relegating themselves to scratching their head to order. You see, when you start scratching your head order, you start losing feelings for things. Like, it might sound jacked up to you, emotionally bound, emotionless people. Yeah, I said that. Like my uncle, he's been doing a trip for a long time, and it's something in the family spirit where they do this. I had to go through child abuse. Trust me when I'm telling you this. And then one day, because I'm telling the truth, and you don't understand that truth, but I can sit down and hold a conversation about the nonsense you believe in. But that's chaotic to even say that, and so I'm just going verbatim. My thing is, I wasn't knocking. I always said, hey, look, if you're going to believe in that, live that. Issue is, they always show you they're not. And when I was doing a video and I was speaking about my family affairs of life, because I say, if I'm going to talk about anybody, I'm going to talk about me and mine. I'm holding us accountable because most of them won't hold themselves accountable as I hold myself accountable in all my actions, actions, affairs, and accounts. You dig what I'm saying? Problem is, a lot of people don't think like that. How did I get here? Like I said, order was always there. I just didn't know how to interpret it because I was getting all these lies, these interpretations of lies around us in the system. You see what I did? I tapped on the door. That's like bars, man, without the rhyme. You get what I'm saying? So what it was a formulation that was always there, reignited. Saying, Red, you don't need all this, so I would use my family. Because they are not holding themselves accountable, hiding behind the millions and hiding behind the home and this, the age and what they've done. Fuck what you've done. The past don't mean shit. Yesterday was yesterday, bro. Fuck all that. But see, if it's no good, I can see why we always talking about yesterday. See what I'm saying? See, in order. So you don't need me not being with feelings about certain things. Forgive yourself so you can forgive yourself that you had to seek forgiveness for somebody else while y'all both was in the same turbulence. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I'm looking at this pale skin. See, they've condition us by Hollywood commercials, TV shows. Come on, man. 80s and up, Project Family. They condition us with, and even the movies playing the Egyptians and a bunch of you Negroes and Spaniards and all you. Y'all thought it was a bunch of pale skins playing in Egypt. But man, please with all that. So anywho, this is the conditioning process and the changing the faces on beauty products and what was supposed to be beauty. Had our women wanted to straight their hair and all this, and our women fine in the mother, finest motherfuckers, but they all was gay and straight. So I think am I lying? Y'all don't even understand who you are. You want to claim African American. That don't even exist because I've been all over there. I served with some of the finest people who would consider themselves African. The problem is, the five that I know don't. The two on here from England, they'll claim Uganda, this, that. Say that African shit around them and get your ass beat. Like you call us black in the 1940s up to the early 50s, pretty much get shot dead, buried under your basement, thrown in the swamp. But see, this is what I'm talking about because during war times, manipulate media plays and drives on things, and they're the ones that insert the stuff. Because you got to remember, eugenics, Walter Plecker, that work was bigoted Zionist, and then you had Margaret Sanger. Come on, Miss Teresa, so-called Fauci's mama. When I tell y'all look, when I tell you the coalition of foreign relations, that's real. Have y'all done any research? I know y'all know everything. Have you taken a moment to say, look, I'm gonna check this out? You know what I'm saying? Instead of bickering, arguing, finding something dirty to pull you back into a leprosy, like a leper's mind of chaos. You know, that toxin that they have been creating through chemical indoctrination, whether it be water, this, that, and the other, for the strongest to have that ill will, carry out acts. And then there's a bunch running around, got shit up in them. Some of them, a lot of people, the vaccines, some of us, the shit was snuck on by certain groups all over the country. Poison. I'm not here to talk politics. I'm here to inform you that there's a growing group of individuals. Numbers don't matter. That's why I'm not in politics. I know they all represent something, and it's all a show. Our youth have been destroyed, and thanks to you and I. I don't mean it with hurtful intentions when I say that. I mean it with purpose. We were conditioned. Regardless of me knowing who I am, I was comfortable with it. I was used to knowing who I was. That's, I guess, you say a piece of work. But yet, usually when you say cop says but, you know, then everything you said just now really didn't mean shit because it's there for one thing now. Besides the fact, 8 times out of 10, he's probably racist. He's a Belsky. They're very ignorant and don't know the truth. That's why a lot of them act the way they do. Some won't harm you, but there's some who are just selected because they know the people are selecting and hire. Because I had friends who joined the police force who were the best motherfuckers walking. Boy, they went and took the test and they passed and everything, and they weren't selected. Why? They're too damn good. Real talk. But hey, look, that's for another time, another story. But anywho, there's we fucked up, and there's a sickness going on with a lot of these people calling to be teachers. Those people were never meant to teach our children. Ever. Hell, we taught them. But did Martin Luther King fuck up on something, or James Baldwin on the truth of history, and Malcolm? Tell me I'm wrong. And that ain't too long ago. We haven't even busted a century. Come on, man. How do we become so ignorant we can't hear shit that's plain as day? As the sun looks down upon you, or is it you looking down upon the sun? See, I said I was going to do these as long as there were intellectually intelligent people who don't claim to be smart. See, with them, you can actually build something that is not in the window of art. Art itself is chaotic. Let me get back towards order, where there's real harmony and balance. Harmony means frequency. Frequency is derived what? Out of what? We say the energy, I say the spirit of things that are right. There's no wrong there. How do you remove that? Because you divide. And it's not hard to do. Because the spilling of blood is one of the most heinous acts in our existence. No, I'm serious. Going beside a mother's face, mountain, spilling of one another's blood, sick or not, is one of the most heinous acts that we can do. Tell me, everyone. And give, please do. Give resources and all that kind of stuff to make sure that you're not just analytical, but you can show that you're correct. And then maybe I'm kind of wrong here. So I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to get on the road. Y'all, you know what? I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get that video, and I'm going to do a partial screen and let y'all watch it and stop and explain certain things. But I don't want you. So my thing is the reason why I want to do that stuff, because that's introducing more chaos into people who need to get away from chaos. And I, just don't, for the breakdown purpose. Maybe I'll do that. So you can see, I guess, if y'all want to put a face with it. Don't worry about the face. It's a real video. Maybe type in conservative ass takes 3 friends shooting. 3 liberal friends shooting. It might come up, I guess. It was just, but see, from there, I went and looked at a few other ones. So it's still the same crap. The stuff that I saw when I was living back in New York, when I was down in Florida, when I was in Georgia, I've seen it everywhere. It's a little different because every state, and that's what I'm talking about, division. Everybody's got a different way how they move and do things, So, yeah. Beautiful thing is they come back and forth, so you can see it, but it's chaotic. It's no order, You ever heard somebody say there's an order to this madness? How in the hell is you gonna have order in madness? Like order is said, one day I'm just gonna create a word. It's called madness. No, it don't work that way, y'all. And then some people will say, well, where did chaos come from? Why are you worried about it? When you be asking, I need to get some more of that order over there. But actually, order's everywhere. We just don't see it because it's chaotic. With that bad spark. You dig what I'm saying? A method. The method is based on what? When I was in the military, a method is based on the order you go through to get something done. It's the same thing. But you're right, bro. Yeah, okay. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Very right. I appreciate that. I've been watching lately also, and this is a part of this division. I haven't voted in so long. I was like, I'm not voting for none of this. I'm idolized. I don't need them to live my life. They don't do nothing for me. They're supposed to make sure the infrastructure we have built stays sound and nobody gets hurt. And the police is supposed to be there. The so-called police is supposed to be there, law enforcers, enforcing the law, not arresting, fucking with people on the road to stand up. They've forgotten what the job is because you have people put in positions and places who are the most chaos, who, if they were really good, would have never been hired and put in those positions. Yeah, we police ourselves and we see that we've done nothing wrong. no politics here, just these examples. And then that very low tone, way of speaking. It's the same as what you get on acting, and it's nothing about real life. See, our people are very joyous and porous and loud. And we were silent when we needed to be. We knew it. Hear for miles, see for days. Y'all aware of these things. We were steeped in more order. I mean, we're the only people that ever written down by the Jesuits, for instance, that said we were the most righteous people that ever come across. But then you have the people that started rewriting history and creating versions of the story. They run around like heathens, naked and swelling, and they sleeping with one another, and that was utterly, utterly untrue. They came over here funky than a mother sucker with that annual and semi-annual bathing, and it's not bad mouthing them. It's the chaos that exists in truth, not in this fake history that has been created to enforce some fake crayon white color superiority. When it's obvious if they look at themselves, they realize, oh, we're not all that superior. Look at how we move. No order. It's all chaotic. And then our people worried about stuff that don't exist, about murdering one another. Like, they don't even understand how important it is to not do what they do. But they show how important it is. You get what I'm saying? If that ain't chaos, order starts moving. You don't even see how you could formulate such heinous activities or such. Just that one marriage thing is just that never tasted right with me in the first place. And one of the women was always cheating or doing something stupid, wanting to be in control. This was never meant for one man to be with one woman, no one woman to be with one man. We were a nation that was. This history has been a lie. The world that they say they created, we actually created, they perverted. So we don't have to sit there and say, well, the world, we need to destroy this one. And that's a metaphor for those who don't understand. All right? They are stuck. They're not going to change their ways or their views or how they look and how they're going. But when I tell you, it doesn't matter what they created, what they're doing, it doesn't end well. Even with that knowledge they have themselves, they actually believe this is chaos. When you know something and you know it's a fact, but you do the opposite. Your man got locked up, you knew better, right? You spilled blood, you took a life. You didn't take your own. Probably would have been more subtle and better. But you have to go in jail now to be agony to keep fear, pain, and intolerances pumping in the children's hearts, because the media will be talking about it and it's played out on the big screen and the TV all the time. Did you hear what I just said? This is conditioning, one-on-one. But see, when you start removing all that nonsense, you have order. When you remove that, I need to be what was the name that refused to allow his children to get tablets and cell phones? See, that's being responsible. But I'm not going to negate the fact that he was a devil too. It's because he told his kids not to have it. He didn't tell your kids and you not to have it, right? You or I. You see where I'm coming from. If that ain't chaos, when people start getting order, it's when they speak against the same very thing they were part of. John F. Kennedy. And we know the real John F. Kennedy because we know what he looks like, right? Napoleon, that Negro was betrayed, and they couldn't wait to make sure it's whited out like Columbus. Come on, man. Napoleon, Columbus, too, darker than me. More, I don't care, Spanish, whatever. Moriscos, they always knew about it. Indios, they always knew about it. We didn't name stuff. We didn't have no names. Well, we certain names. Not like what people think. Well, not what we've been caught up in this Babylonian language that's got a lot of our words in it. Misplaced and misused. But yeah, real stuff. Targeting us with electronic devices and weapons, poisoning, break our systems down, medicine to heal you for a moment, make sure that you're sick in a shorter period of time. And then I look at all the brothers and sisters that went and got this shot. And it's funny because right there on CNBC and CNN, the show is saying CDC authorizes it for emergency use. It's not a vaccine. Now I'm sitting there saying to my people, you keep saying because Facebook, with this lying son, it's got like, oh, I got vaccinated. You got all these little things you put around your little portrait, portrait. All right, ribbons. And I'm looking at all these people. Actually, like, can't even say terrible too. I got vaccinated. Like I'm out. This is all coming together. See how we manipulate one another with stupidity and we send other people to death. One much less to have a little strength in order to be able to not succumb to it. Come on. You gotta be smarter than that. Right now, man, everybody wants to say the magic key word, and I'm here to tell you there's none. Okay, let me give it a try. I don't know it. I don't know there's a word for it. I mean, order is order. How about just stop? Everything. Right there, that can be it. Because an inkling of fear is already breached the barricade. It's in your head. It's one of the things. Because why? Bills, mouths to feed, gas you gotta put in the car, laundry. My drugs are more important. But look at you. You on your bed, you on your laptop, obviously, or desktop, whatever. You know, ReddWolf from the bed. Said I'm gonna do it. That's my thing. Um, Surrounded by fruit, water, plants. That that is actually chaos. I just mentioned all of this. Chaos. That's why I said scratching the surface of water is a beautiful thing because you start to relegate yourself, realizing certain things that you were going to act on. I didn't quit smoking cigarettes with patches and all that. I just woke up one day and said, I'm not smoking years ago. I was done. I hadn't smoked marijuana since 1985. 84, 85. Yeah, I had to clean up about a month or two before I went to the Mexico. Boot camp. Great Lakes, Illinois, boot camp in the winter. Yeah. Ended up being stationed and gaining clearances and learning new tricks of the trade and moving further and further in other directions other than just being a Navy videos. I was involved in things. My things is important. Weapons. That was what I learned. Then there's so much more, out there. My direction was where I was going. They had to stop that. Yeah. They had to stop that. And I got to see firsthand what it was like to see a system that you put your heart into. And you believe that, hey, even in chaos, there was something on scratching me back. I knew that if justice would prevail, I'd be all right. Let me show you how it works in the brain. Little 369s. And then I'm that one. I'm that seven. I'm the God. 6 protons, 6 neurons. I'm not giving you no Masonic, Mason, religious, Muhammad. All right. This is based upon facts. Mountains, everything. Water masses. That's why it was important for them to even change with the map. And they did. So every time you see a thing, bullshit globe or a map, I'm not sure. I took them to push my beliefs, those things that I'm speaking about. Just know that they're lies. They're complete lies. All right? We can touch on that. I can take your child and keep your child for 10 years, and I can tell them the cat's the dog is the cat 10 years down the road without no evidence, no TVs, no nothing, no communication. That child's going to believe the dog is a cat, and they're going to believe that cat is a dog. It's that simple. All right? So, anyway. Even with that scratch, you hear that order. I'm just more I'm more aware and willing to share so I can have people walk this walk with me who are tired kids. I'm just getting right to it. There you go. Looking at the time, man, I'm like, wow. I said 20, 30 minutes, which is 45. I gotta get out of here. I want to be able to have those individuals who want to take this walk with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would like, and if it happens, cool. And to be able to have that communication, I believe this communication will be real. Now, if they can come in and utilize that, to sneak in and fake real, no, I'm sorry, it just wouldn't work this time. Try it though. That would be a wonderful, wonderful, I guess you'll call it test of chaos. Tell me they're not. They raise quotas all levels, but you're stressing about whether you studied long enough or you got it. Some people have photographic memories, don't even know they do, so they zip right through it. Are they partial? Some people have to really apply the studying because something broke. And I'm not saying anything negative, but see how the chaos of that comes across. I'm being honest and sincere, but it can even that can mess with somebody who's very emotionally unstable, making a statement such as that. It's like somebody DM me and says, "So if I say something real foul, bro, you ain't gonna be all emotional for what? Why? Because your mind is so twisted and chaotic, and mine is untwisting a little bit. If that's what you need, okay, you got it. So here, you don't have to perform it. I just gave it to you. It took dude 45 minutes, came back and said, "Oh shit, I got it." Yeah, came back in the DM once I gave him that little. I do that. I'll give a paragraph and I'll send it off. Uh, thought development to say, I'm not even questioning none of this, but I'm going to throw this out there for you and be a good boy and fetch a catch. You want to be in chaos, I'm going to treat you like the chaos you are. Either ignore you or give you directives. Because you don't know how to live. I need some people who want to live, get on this track. A lot of people are going to have a hard time with that because now they're going to be thinking they're going to attempt to make Florida be responsible for their chaos when they start tripping like, man, I was trying to try. Compared to the word attempt, but trying to do this shit, like yo, trying to do what? Who said anything about trying? I said people who are like-minded will seek more order in their life. That's not a failed try, which is based on the truth of the word attempt. That means that if you stood up and you fell down, you attempted so you can do it over and over and over. The thing is, it's not that. Step into it and allow it to embrace and wrap us and fill us and guide us without creating fake yogis and monks and all this other bull. Oh, I was chicken on the stage and I got the Holy Ghost and all this other bull crap. And let me talk to the wall and bang my head and walk around with some made up piece of shit paper and a bunch of metal that belongs to Mother Earth, which I was supposed to be tilling because it's being used for nothing else but for division. Like, if that ain't all chaotic, it's not even so much that I can't tell you the history of where Islam, behind the Muhammadan movement, which Muhammad ain't practiced that book. Look, so I get tired of people in Christianity, the origin of the two come from one place. People can't accept that. Nor the truth and time when it actually happened compared to the time told. They got y'all believing mountains and structures over here over millions of years old, right? Well, over the last 40 years, we've had numerous events where cliffs over 400 feet to 4,000 feet have happened within 30 to 45 minutes. Look like they've been there for these millions of years. Holes where new lakes just happen. And they want to blame that on some other fact. We know that they're underground doing a lot of foul stuff they don't know about. But what about the land masses that get covered up for 100 years they never teach you about? And after a while, they come up and they're teeming with life. People think their boats, their canoes, large islands, the ocean. they don't feel the work of putting all that down. It's uninformative. It's not based on the corporation's ideology of what they believe they own. See, a corporation is already a full sorting of people. I'm not here to not. What I'm saying is that's all chaos. They're the ones that keep a lot of it going. I have 2 feet. I have a mouth. Should I have a problem walking anywhere with my bare feet or mouth? No, not at all. But see, the world of chaos will have us believe that that's the norm. And then it's based upon our irresponsibility. Who's throwing the glasses, the bottles, and drugs, needles, and all that stuff on the roadside? You know, on paths, on the natural paths. You see what I'm saying? New man-made insects all over the invited. Come on, man. And they're tearing things up. That's chaos. It's not the fault that the bugs got it either. But those introduced it, what gained more purpose? More distractions, more division, no discernment. Nobody can see it because they're so blinded, because they're stressed. They're not the will of them, and they can't be told otherwise because some of them have the blame, or some of them have je ne sais quoi. You see what I'm saying? Those are all masks. When you start stepping in the order, you don't even look at the mask. It's like, well, maybe one day they'll hear something. Somebody will come along and explain it better than I can. The teacher doesn't have to always be the teacher. Sometimes the teacher's got to be the student, right? That's how we stay fresh, stay on our toes. As long as we got it, you know. So let me get my butt off of here. Yeah, man. All this political stuff, it's crazy. It's all chaos. It's all. Just to watch that video, I saw how well they got along. I was like, wow, us and our family, we're going to kill each other. I mean, man, you can't make this up. And in the world, how the media keeps portraying things and fooling everybody. They really do. They're the biggest proponent piece of lies told in America. And most of them are agents anyway now. Oh, but most of them are well-paid agents. I mean, real agents. Like, what I don't know, all over. You got in India, UK, I mean, Mossad, Israel, FBI, said. Then you got them, they're all, that's how they find you. They find you. My thing was getting to the medical field, right? And I took acting because that's one of the things I did in school, performing arts, everything like that, break dancing and everything. And how, I went to the military and had to deal with a lot of things. So that was PTSD. I didn't do this, as far as the terminology for the chaotic emotional. I still haven't overcome all that shit. I'll be honest with you. That's the reason why I support. Something's got to give way. Pains, everything. It's not just eating. I believe there's something more to it. I think when they said the founding youth, they was talking about us, but they created a vision of a lake, make you think that you have to drink from something else other than yourself and each other. I believe that. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Aggie, I gotta get in this room. Take a little 2 hits, I'm good to go. Take me a banana, pineapple, and I need to drink some more. So hey, thanks for being here. I'm gonna come back on later on tonight when I get back. Hopefully I'll have this little surprise I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm probably gonna do a ride video where I talk a little bit. It's a 2-hour drive. I usually pull over every hour. Back. It's not that I can't perform or do things. Back, you have surgery and your back is that jacked. You gotta be mindful and take care of it. I pushed it. Every time another story. So see you guys later. All right. In this train. Love you.